Should have gone on a tangent. Oh my god. I have a hard time talking about anything. Like, you see me with my freaking processing. I'm like, I struggle to make stories. I was like doing research and it was like, oh, people love when you talk about stories that you've like had, and I was like, I'm a pretty crazy person. I'm a Florida woman. Like, I can make stories, and then I'm like trying to say a story. I'm like, now trying to talk about my character. I'm like, my inspo for him, I don't know. I need to know. Give me the deets. He was supposed to be a background character from my story, and then he became a comfort character. What? Yes, I do what? I'm already forgetting what I'm saying because I'm stressing out. I don't know what my inspiration was. I literally was just like, I'm gonna write his. I was like, he's gonna be a background, not a background character, but like a sub character for one of my main characters to bounce off of. And then when I was writing his story, I was like, kind of like putting in a lot of emotion into it, and then I was just like, this is my comfort character now. He's no longer in the background. He's coming to the foreground. Yeah. Yeah. He went from a side character to like a, not a main character, but he's definitely less side now. He's not in my story yet, and I don't want to give too much information. But I don't know what my inspiration was, honestly. I don't know. I was just like, I literally was like, this guy is just gonna be someone that the main character can bounce off of, and that didn't happen. I mean, it happened, but like also he kind of took front stage for a bit. Oh god damn it, I put too much love and effort into this trap. It's a classic. Yes, very much so. Cause I made him, and then I made another guy called Brecken, and I made a girl called Talisa all at the same time, and I was like, these three people are gonna be what horror bounces off of. And then I wrote the other two's background, and I was like, oh. And then I wrote his background, and I was like, I love you. You're my favorite son. And yeah, so, yeah. I sound like a crazy person. I need to get this figured out, because if I ever do start writing religiously and drawing my comic religiously, I'm gonna have to need answers that isn't me going what? Male version of Gwen. No, I actually made him like I met Gwen, I want to say 5 years ago, and I made Quentin 15 years ago. It just happened to be that they share color schemes, which is probably why I can draw Gwen so seamlessly. But like I started writing my very, very, very rough draft of my story when back in high school, so a good 20 years ago. And what was I gonna say? And then I made him like maybe like 5 or so years after, because I was like, I only have these like X amount of characters, I need some more variety to spice up the storyline. And then I met Gwen because I was like posting actively on Twitter when COVID kind of like spurred up, and Gwen was like, and I didn't really know VTubers much, like I knew Iron Mouse and I knew Numi, but I didn't really know, and Yan of course, but I didn't really know like a lot of VTubers, and I wasn't really immersed in that scene. But then like Gwen was just like, slaps X amount of money on my account that I just freshly made, mind you. I made the coffee and I was just like, we'll see. Yeah, and Yanners. But like, you know, she slaps down all this money and she's like, I want you to build my brand. And I'm just like, sure. I need to do some research now. and I was like, I was figuring out how Twitch worked properly, and figuring out all the different things I needed and the proper names and stuff. And she was just like, I want you to make this and that, and man, I really need a mascot. And I was like, oh, I can just make this little thing. But then like when I drew her, she was like, oh my god, that's exactly what I wanted. And I was like, well, that's pretty ironic because yeah. So I was like, okay, well, this works out perfectly. It's like he's not a full fairy dude, but she's like a fairy. And I was like, okay, pointed ears, green hair, let's go. And yeah, it kind of just went well after that. And then like so many times Gwen was like, he looks like me, and I'm like, that's the funny part, you kind of look like him, but that's fine. I think I have art on my Twitter way back of him, even, I think. If not, I do have like paper drawings of him where his hair was a lot more floofy, but I have paper drawings of him from like before I got a tablet and everything. I was like 17, 20, no, like 18. I was like 18, and I didn't have a tablet and I didn't have an iPad. I just sketched him on paper. Yeah. Oh my god, it's Gwen as a guy. Yeah. Isn't that funny? Man, I love my friend Gwen so much. I draw her in gender bend too. No, I love her so much. She's so sweet. She knows what she wants. She gets it. She has an awesome design that she made, technically. She made it all in the one 3D program. I just drew it in 2D. So she came up with her own plan. It just happened to align.